We're live, as always. I gotta start putting a timer. Like, hey, dumbass, time to put on a show. Okay. Alright. This is very much the calm. Oh. This is very much the calm before the storm. Yep, I see it's going to be one of those episodes. Okay. Let me just fix this over here. Just fix this. Me needs to fix something skill issue, can't morph skill issue. You're a skill issue. Anyway, welcome to Wonder After Dark, the only show where drugs are bad, okay? I can see in the background. Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was not paying attention to what I had in the background. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I was like, oh. Oh my god. Can you tell that I kind of do this show while half asleep? Oh. Isn't that the episode with Ike's Brisk? I don't know. South Park has been on for 25 seasons, and I think after 25 that's one of my favorite episodes. Glad to know. I don't mean that sarcastically, just glad to know. But to answer your question, I actually really don't know. Oh, yes, it is. The episode's literally called Ike's Wee Wee. My god. They're gonna cut off his fireman. Anyway, as much as I would love to talk about South Park tonight, we're not gonna. In fact, what I was saying before I got distracted by South Park. Welcome to Wonder After Dark, the only show where the Empire broke back. Yeah, Wonder After Dark, the only show where I do a topic thinking it's going to be a complete one-off, only for it to become a mini-series. The Empire Strikes Back, also known as Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, and as it's referred to now as just Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, is a 1980 American epic space opera film, directed by Irvin Kershner from a screenplay by Leigh Brackett and Lawrence Kasdan. No idea if I said any of that correctly, but those people. Based on a story by George. It was called Star The Empire Strikes Back Wars. I mean, that's about how the logo is. Star The Clone Wars Wars. Anyway. Based on a story by George Lucas. The sequel to Star Wars, it is the second film in the Star Wars film series, and the fifth chronological chapter of the Skywalker saga. Everything is anyway. Set 3 years after the events of Star Wars, the film recounts the battle between the malevolent. Does the Empire Strikes Back strike back? Yes, it does. The film recounts the battle between the malevolent Galactic Empire, led by the Emperor, and the Rebel Alliance, led by Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. As the Empire goes on the offensive, Luke trains to master the Force so he can confront the Emperor's powerful disciple, Darth Vader. The ensemble cast, of course, includes Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams, Anthony Daniels, David Prowse, Kenny Baker, Peter Mayhew, and Frank Oz. You know, Frank Oz, aka Miss Piggy. Just knowing that Yoda and Miss Piggy share an actor is the funniest thing ever. We love Frank Oz in this house. Anyway, the film was once again produced by Lucasfilm and once again distributed by 20th Century Fox. Now known as, fun fact, The Empire Strikes Back contained the least changes out of the three, and ironically, the changes made were not actually that bad. Example, Ian McDiarmid being at. Yes, I know we're kind of skipping ahead a little, but yeah. Out of the original trilogy special editions, not only was Empire the one that got changed the least, but it's the one that got changed, I would say, for the better. I would still prefer if they had left it alone, but the changes made are actually acceptable. Back to reading. 20th century. The Wampa being added, that too. Anyway. Film premiered at the Dominion Theater on May 6th, 1980, and went, nationwide, May 21st, 1980. Had a budget of $30.5 million and made I'm so dyslexic, made $538 million to $549 million. So can you say big success? Hee hee ha ha. Anyway, following the success of Star Wars, Lucas hired Brackett to write the sequel. The Wampa was visible in the original, but mostly off-screen. I'd argue that's kind of better to make them less visible for scare. Again, I agree. Anyway, following the success of Star Wars, Lucas hired Brackett to write for the sequel. After she died in 1970, but still I like both. Same. After she died in 1978, he outlined the whole Star Wars saga and wrote the next draft himself, before hiring Raiders of the Lost Ark writer Kasdan to enhance his work. To avoid the stress he faced directing Star Wars, Lucas handed the responsibility to Kirshner and focused on expanding his special effects company, Industrial Light and Magic, instead. Smart move. Filming took place, from March to September. Talk about how the crew were adamant on hiding the twist everyone knows nowadays. In a minute, I'm not ADHD paced. I know you probably don't like to listen to people read technical stuff, but I like to read a bit more before I get a bit more. Know what I'm saying, nigga? She like her some chocolate. Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm out. I love how the news scene from Scary Movie 3 has just become a recurring verbal tick on this show. Not even recurring joke, just recurring verbal tick. Anyway. Oh, shizzin' gizzin' car. Anyway. Filming took place from March to September 1979 in Finse, Norway, and Elstree Studios in England. Just like its predecessor, it faced production difficulties, including actor injuries, illnesses, fires, and problems securing additional financing as costs rose. Whoopsie doodle. Initially budgeted at $8 million, costs had risen to $30.5 million by the project's conclusion. Wow. Anyway, released on skill issue. Released on May 21st, 1980. The highly anticipated sequel became the highest grossing film that year, earning approximately $401.5 million worldwide. But it's often considered the greatest. Yeah, it is. It's always the movies that are a disaster in terms of production that end up great. Anyway, unlike its light-hearted predecessor, Empire was initially met with mixed reviews, which I do agree, though I like Return of the Jedi a bit more. Yeah. Unlike its light-hearted predecessor, Empire was initially, keyword initially, met with mixed reviews from critics, and fans were conflicted about its darker and more mature themes. Critics praised the expressive features and ironic, yeah, literally. Critics praised the expressive features and characterization of the puppeteered character Yoda, a diminutive creature who serves as Luke's teacher. Wow. Since its release, he could save others from dying, but not himself. Yep, that about sums up Yoda. Let's aim for 40. Anyway. Since its release, The Empire Strikes Back has been critically reassessed and is now regarded as the best film in the series and among the greatest films ever made. It has had a significant impact on filmmaking. Have you ever heard the tragedy of wonder after the dark? It has had a significant impact on filmmaking and popular culture, and is often considered an example of a sequel superior to its predecessor. In the climax, in which Vader reveals he is Luke's father, it is not a tale told amongst YouTubers. The climax, in which Vader reveals he is Luke's father, is often ranked as one of the greatest plot twists in cinema. Although I'd argue the plot twist from The Sixth Sense hits a bit harder. Anyway. The film spawned a variety of merchandise and adaptations, including video games and a radio play. First time I'm hearing of the thing is with the twist. Go right ahead. Oh, that's loud. Okay. Did I miss anything, or? Okay, okay, there we go. You had to put yourself in the theater. Okay, you had to put yourself in the theater in 1980. The crew was adamant on keeping the twist a secret. Only Mark Hamill apparently knew. Yeah, that is impressive. Although, picture yourself in, yeah, I can picture myself, and I probably would have ascended. That's not sarcasm, I'm just being serious. If I was somebody in the theater in 1980, I probably would have, ascended. In fact, they made fake leaks so the twist could be... I see some things never change. Deadpool and Wolverine, they made a bunch of fake leaks to keep the real leaks from leaking. It's a real thing they did, by the way. Anyway, but back to Empire Strikes Back. The United States Library of Congress selected it for preservation in the National Film Registry in 2010. And of course, as we know, it was followed up by the sequel, Return of the Jedi, which concluded the original trilogy. Now, I would cover, once again, I am not... Oh, remember when the scene from No Way Home got leaked of Andrew, and that YouTuber made the story of how he trolled the internet to save it? No, I feel the only thing more insane than that is the fact that it leaked in, like, crystal clear 4K resolution. Like, it wasn't some, like, potato quality iPhone camera, Android cam. No, it was, like, fresh from the studio lot, fresh from the set, raw image files. Like, how the fuck he made a video showing him remaking the scene? I remember that, but... and it looked very convincing. Yeah, but how the fuck does something that major... Oh, and the fact that the exact take that was in the movie, too, wasn't like an alternate, like, unused take. The exact take. How I trolled the entire internet. I've seen that video. But yeah, the exact take, too. That's the part that gets me. Same line read, line delivery, expression, everything. It wasn't actually an exact take, as the blue screen was blank behind. But in the movie, it's the same. Like, yeah, the blue screen, obviously, but Andrew himself, like how he's holding onto the pole, everything else, it was the take. Like, that takes... Plus, there was no audio. Well, yeah, that too, no audio. But how does something like that... Somebody didn't just get fired. Somebody got crucified that day. No, I'm serious. Like, I don't think anyone was fired from Marvel. I think someone got crucified that day. Kicked by air. That's another one. I was there during the No Way Home hype, just so you know. We were all there. Isn't that right, Spider? I know you're still there. Weren't we all there during the hype? Yep. Anyway, yeah, back to Empire Strikes Back. Okay, but I'm not going to read... Alright, once again, just like A New Hope, I'm not going to read the entire home video release history because, just like its predecessor, Empire Strikes Back has been reprinted, repackaged, reissued, re-released on home video, physical media, countless times on a variety of different formats. To cover all the formats would take all night. Again, if you want to hear about Star Wars on home video, I recommend checking out Nathan Butler on YouTube. He's great when it comes to that. Talk about the lightsaber fight with Vader. That's a great little fight sequence, I must say. No, I'm not being sarcastic. That's a great little fight. Hang on. One second here. But yeah, just a great scene. It's one of the best in all of... Yep, I agree. One of the best. It was so ahead of its time. Yes, it was. My apologies if my commentary right now seems kind of dry. I'm just kind of tired. I'm eepy. But, you know the saying, the show must go on. Like, I could go to bed at a reasonable hour, or I could keep the format going. Anyway, what I was going to say originally, excuse me, once again, just like the predecessor, New Hope, I will not be talking about the home video release history. Oh, plus it had good storytelling of Luke rushing in and igniting his saber right away, which Vader responds with body language that he sees Luke is brash as fuck, so he teasingly activates his. Yes. Alright, anyway, once again, I'm not, just like the previous film that we covered, I'm not going to be talking about the home video release history of Empire, because again, this movie has been reprinted, repackaged, reissued countless times. You know Star Wars. If you thought the movies were movies don't do that, show don't tell stuff anymore. Well, most, yeah. Some do, but it's a rarity in these parts. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not covering the home video side of Empire Strikes Back just because it's been reissued too many times. If you want to hear about Star Wars on home video, go check out Nathan Butler. He's great with that stuff. But I will show one specific copy that I do own. Let me go grab it. Anyway, sorry about that. Hollywood was more competent when they didn't rely on a computer to do it. You could not have said it any better. Anyway. Alright, but Empire Strikes Back, just like the previous film, has way too many releases to cover on this show. So I'm just going to show one specific copy that I own. The 2019 Blu-ray, which was a part of the whole Black Border wave. I actually really like this artwork that they did. Old movies had better stories. Some new movies are still good. Don't try to sound too boomer. Anyway, but this was a part of the whole. Yeah, it is nice. All of these look nice, I will say. I'm not shitting on new. I know, but ugh. Okay, yeah, we should probably stop there just so Spider doesn't get the wrong idea. Even though you did just clarify you're not shitting on new movies, we should just probably stop going into opinion territory. Anyway, but Empire Strikes Back. This is the 2019 Blu-ray, which was a part of the whole Black Border wave that they did. This was right when Disney finally got the rights to the original 6. That type of conversation is a huge eye roll for me. Okay, yeah, I'm directing this response to both of you. Yes. Anyway, I'm saying yes to. I agree with the computer thing. Yes. Anyway, this was right when Disney finally got the rights to the original 6 movies, including New Hope. Apologies, no worries. You're not in trouble. Now, yeah, this was also the first release. This was a significant release for one reason. This was the first release to not be distributed by Fox. This was the first release under Buena Vista Home Entertainment, aka Disney. All previous copies of Empire were released by Fox. Of course, it doesn't matter anyway, because the Blu-ray disc inside, while it does have a new label, is just the same disc that was already produced by Fox Home Entertainment. No changes, same menu, content, still has the 20th Century Fox logo when you put the disc in. All they did was just change the disc label and slap it in a new package. So it's just a straight up reissue, but still an interesting release. Yeah. I would love to have the full set of these black border Blu-rays. They just look very nice. But anyway. But Empire Strikes Back. This is another one of those movies that I'm kind of going to check thrift shops. Oh, I have. To minimal luck. Minimal luck. Anyway. I do have 3 of them currently, though. I'm going to one tomorrow. That's nice, dear. Anyway, I have 3 of these, though. I have Empire, I have Jedi, which we saw previously, and I have Solo. I still need the others, but anyway. Revenge of the Jedi was the working title, even early trailers had it. Hey, look, something I actually did not know. Or maybe I did know and I just forgot. Wouldn't be the first time. Jedi never take revenge. Oh, it was, okay, yeah, there we go. It was changed because the title makes absolutely no sense. Jedi never take revenge. Yeah, you know what's funny? That didn't sound off at first, but then I thought about it. Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's like if I made a movie called Revenge of Being Straight. Gay 3, Revenge of the Straights. Disney's out too, yep. Wait, hang on. Out to conversion. Yep. Didn't miss anything here. I'm not gay, Greg. Okay, my head hurts. Okay. Empire Strikes Back. Let's get back to that before I go woozy and forget again. I'll talk about how the Empire... Oh yeah, the Empire, one day, they decided we should probably strike back. And then they struck back. And it was pretty dark. But don't worry, the Jedi returned. Yay. I'm so tired. Okay, but the Empire Strikes Back. The movie ends with the bad guy winning. Yep. 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 Actually tell the full story of Star Wars by the titles alone. Okay, so these 2 guys, right? They were going around space or something, and they stop they stop by this planet, and they find this bratty ass little child who like does stuff, But then, uh-oh, there's a menace. And he's a phantom, I think? I don't know. But they stop the menace. Yay! And then, something years later, there's clones, and they attacked. I don't know. I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere. And then, the Sith took their revenge. Next thing you know, the one got rogue, and yeah, one of them went rogue, and there was a rogue, Rogue One, and the Death Star, and Leia looked like she was made of plasticified cum, and then there was a newer hope, I mean. Some other bratty little space boy went to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters, but then he got roped into the Mafia. And then Vader, he struck back. The Empire, they struck back. But don't worry, the Jedi returned. And then the Force decided to awaken. Plasticified cum lives rent free in my... Glad it does. And then the Force decided to awaken. And Mark Hamill's old now, and Harrison Ford has had enough of this. So they killed off Harrison Ford because he's had enough of this. And then the Jedi found out, oh shit, there's only one of us left. I guess that makes us the last Jedi. And then the Skywalkers decided to rise, except it was really more like the Palpatines that rose. Harrison Ford's skill issue. Yep, Harrison skill Ford issue. He had no more else water. And that's the end of the story. What Percy does, he backs up, backs forward, backs down, backs forward, backs up. And that's what's happening to Percy. Toby drank it all. No more Skywalkers are left by the end, so Palpatine wins by default. And then Last Jedi and Emo Dude make out at the end. By the way, me stumbling and tripping just then was not on purpose. I just genuinely started to go a little loopy there. Girl makes out with abusive... Yeah. Although, to be fair, though... To be fair, though, yeah, he's abusive, but let me just get the picture. Not the photo. There it is. To be fair, though, did you find the girl? To be fair, though, I can see why... Ben Swallow. Look at these nips. You know, why are his pants, like, all the way up to, like, his stomach looks weird? No, what it is his pants are, like, pulled all the way up to it. Copper, lay down. His pants are, like, pulled all the way up to his fucking waist, like, bro out here looking like... Yeah, bro out here looking like Robbie Rotten. He looks like he's holding it. No, he's out here looking like Robbie Rotten with his pants pulled all the way up to his goddamn waist. Thank God. This is less me talking about Empire Strikes Back and more just me shitting on Star Wars. Which means by the time we get to Return of the Jedi, I probably will have shat on everything Star Wars related, just 3 movies in. Oh my God. Yeah, man, I'm a little muscle sucks in his... Which is funny. I'm not muscle, I'm just a twig. That's what Kylo looks like in that scene. Again, I'm not a muscle. I'm just a twig. Twiggy piggy. Nice try. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention, the rest of this episode will be done without getting freaky. But what if SpongeBob was called Freaky Bob and wanted a piece of that sandy cheeks? What if Homelander was called Home Freak and licked America? Freaky Friday. Oh, yeah, just a reminder, Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan is getting a sequel. For theaters, not for Disney+. Homelander is about a home being a lander. Wait, what? Oh, you didn't know? Freakier Friday? I mentioned it on the show before. That's coming out. That's a real thing. Disney's making Freakier Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan reprising their roles. I wish I was making that up. It should be called Sigma Saturday. Sigma Saturday. Sigma Saturday. Oh my god. Okay, well anyway, let's get back to Empire. I really can't add much to the discussion of Empire Strikes Back. You can't have Friday twice in 1 week SMH. Well, I mean, you can, because they're old now. It's not like it's picking up in 2003, but anyway. I really can't add too much to the discussion of talk about Yoda. Okay, Yoda. Oh, Yoda. Yoda is probably the most long Lindsay Lohan aged hair. Oh, yeah, she's aged. Yeah, she's aged all right. In fact, Jamie Lee Curtis has aged, but she's aged really well. Lindsay Lohan looks like Yoda. Like, in fact, even Yoda looks better than Lindsay Lohan at this point. Fuck, I look like a hot mess every day, and even I look better than Lindsay Lohan. I haven't even seen Name Withheld's face, and I assume he looks better than Lindsay Lohan. Shit, I can think of like a gajillion. Seeing people age badly makes me sad. David Yost. That's not me trying to be insensitive, just David Yost. That's like an example that comes to my mind. The fuck y'all talking about? She looks good. I mean, yeah, we're not going to argue. I'm not going to argue. I don't want to argue. Yeah, again, your opinion. And let's try to stay out of opinion territory. While I do believe everybody is entitled to their own opinions, unless I'm seeing the wrong photos, I just think she looks sick. You're probably thinking of Lindsay Lohan back when Herbie Fully Loaded came out. Never said she looked terrible. Send an image. Okay. 2024. Trying to find a photo of her now. Okay, when was this? At 2024 Disney Legends Awards. There we go. There's a photo of her now. Here's what she looks like now. Just keeping that on screen long enough. Cleaned herself up. Well, I mean, yeah, but can you blame me for the first image result on Google being a cleaned up photo? Nice hair. Yeah, I will say, though, as somebody who has this going... Fair. Yeah. As somebody, though, who has this going on, I wish my hair could look that nice. No, I am not wrong. Just, I wish. I don't hate my hair at all, but God, I wish it could look that nice. Have skill issue when it comes to. I wish I could put a skill issue count on the screen. I really wish that I could. Really, really wish. I was expecting a crackhead. She used to be. Oh. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created here on earth? Show the Sonic movie post. Oh, yeah, that. I love how this went from Empire to whatever the fuck this is. It's just, I don't even know what this is anymore. It also contains Bushin. Oh, yeah. God, I love having to scroll through this conversation. There it is. Oh, God damn it. There it is. Sonic the Hedgehog's. I have seen this poster hundreds of times, and it just gets better every time. I think what kills me is how Sonic is just Keanu in just blue. While... Oh, yeah. Okay, back to Empire. I really can't add too much to the discussion of Keanu Reeves, Vin Diesel, Steve Buscemi, Danny DeVito. That's quite the ensemble there. Anyway, I really can't add too much to the discussion of Empire Strikes Back. It's just a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great sequel. A great follow-up. Steve Buscemi as Tails kills me, as does Vin Diesel in red face with dreadlocks. Yep. Anyway, but the whole thing is just golden. But anyway. Okay, but I really can't add too much to the discussion of Empire Strikes Back. It's just a great movie. Like, it's a great sequel, great follow-up. It's a great continuation of an already great movie. The music and visual effects are exquisite. Ironically, Keanu would get into the Sonic franchise. Yep, that's true. Albeit not as Sonic himself, but as Shadow, as we all know. Which, weirdly enough, I kind of saw coming from a mile away. Like, even before it was officially announced, I just saw it coming. Like, it seemed less like it would be cool if Keanu, Palpatine, ironic, yep. No, but it seemed less like it would be cool if Keanu Reeves was Shadow, and more of a when. It was less of it was less of a hypothetical and more of an inevitability. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Yep. Okay, but The Empire Strikes Back. I just think it's a great movie. It's a great sequel. It's one of the best sequels. But if you want an outsider's opinion, go ahead. Give me the outside opinion. How many people actually know that's from Teen Titans Go? I did not know that until a couple months ago. Because the only time I ever saw it was paired with the stupid Koopa the Quick image. Tell us, Steven. Oh yeah, Steven. I love the original trilogy, yeah. Steven, aka Sylve's ex-friend, he thought it was... Yeah, Steven thought it was terrible because, quote-unquote, nothing happens. And I forgot the exact score, but he gave it really low score. Hey, Steven from Canada. A little birdie told me it's your birthday today, and you're a big fan of Wembley. And, oh yeah, and I should also tell Tyler to go to hell. I don't know who Tyler is or what that means, but fuck you. God. It's probably the closest I will ever get to shaming somebody, like, completely unironically on this show. Somebody who I know nothing about. Specifically his alt-right anti-vax view. Oh, so I should have been way worse. But unfortunately, this is YouTube, and I can't really say way worse without getting severely punished. The most I can do is just make Dr. Cox do it. This is YouTube. If I were to say anything about those alt-right political anti-vax, well, I can say that. Alt-right people should go back to school. Wrong. I can do the Dr. Cox energy, but I can't really do John C. McGinley's voice, because he's just distinct. Although I'm gonna be real, some of y'all niggies make me feel like Dr. Cox. East Hills, go back to school. Denim, haircut, backpacks, come get your backpacks, boots and pants, new shoes. Get yourself an outfit, denim, boots and pants, haircut, new shoes. So get yourself back to school, East Hills, haircut. I love that video. I don't even know what being all right or left means, and I don't really want to. You're a goof. It's like... Oh yeah, conspiracy theories up the ass with alternate views while sharing the same ideals. I don't know. So basically, to summarize, you're either stupid or moron. Pretty much. The Empire Strikes Back. Shut up. Well, I'm no conspiracy person. Shut up. You totally believe in aliens. You totally believe in aliens. I know for a fact. You probably have a conspiracy board sitting in the closet alongside your ponies. But aliens are real. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, that did not feel... I was 2 clicks away from meeting Jesus just then. I'm sure aliens are real. Can I prove it? Nigger. Anyway. Broke her neck, yep. I don't... No. I said no in German. 9. 9, directed by Shane Acker. Anyway. Was accidentally racist. Jojo Rabbit. There's a movie that we can never cover on this show for more reasons than you can probably think about. I would love to talk about Jojo Rabbit on this show at some point, but I can't for a number of reasons. What's Jojo Rabbit? I'm serious. It's a movie about a boy whose imaginary friend is a certain controversial historical figure who contributed to a certain global conflict, and yes, that man. And we don't mean Hit Entertainment, we mean the other Hit. Well, I mean, it's not about Hit himself, it's about a boy whose imaginary friend is. Yeah, it's a great, The Painter, yes, The Painter. It's a great movie, and I would love to talk about it on this show, but I cannot because while it does have a good message and is anti-Hit, it's also very, how do you pronounce it backwards? It's very Izan focused. Spell Izan backwards. Spell Izan backwards, and I guarantee YouTube will strike you down. Ozempic. Talk about the well-loved politician in Africa who unfortunately shares the net. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he is great and he's beloved, but unfortunately he shares a name with that person. Oh, Jesus Christ. I love your rate. Yep. Okay, but Empire Strikes. Hopefully one day people will remember him over the other one. Yep. Hopefully. But unfortunately, in this negativity-driven society, I don't think that will ever happen, sadly. Anyway, but The Empire Strikes Back, because that's what we were originally talking about. It's a great movie. I'm playing Sackboy Run on my Vita, so that people can say Hit was the... That's nice, dear. Also, so Hit, yeah. He was a very influential man. Also, to you, Spider, that's nice. I don't have a PS Vita, but I do have... There it is. Don't have the PS Vita, but I do have the PSP. Or, as I call it, my Cars machine. Because, like, the only game on here I really play is Cars. But yeah, I don't have a PS Vita, but I have a PSP. Apparently, it's common for parents in Africa to name their children after famous or infamous people without knowing the significance. Oh boy. Gee, I wonder who Elon Musk was named after. That's why that politician is named Assfuck. Let's call him Assfuck. Yeah, I know that AF was a typo, but let's call him Assfuck. Because we can't actually say his real name. Let's call him Assfuck. Yeah, Assfuck, if you're out there, hope you're having a great day. Or great night, I don't know. Get plenty of rest. Make sure to drink plenty of water and keep doing drugs. Stay in drugs, don't do school. That one YouTube video of him saying, "But if you close your eyes, kills me." Yep. Jesse eats worms. Okay, but yeah, I guess to conclude, The Empire Strikes Back. Great movie. If you want even more outsiders' opinions, go ahead. What's your opinion on The Empire Strikes Back? Even though you basically gave your opinion over the course of the show. Yummy worms indeed. Empire Strikes is badass. Yes, it is, ass. Badass. Yep, it really is. Okay, this topic did not take up nearly as much time as I thought it would. But I guess now we're just going to make the rest of this episode filler. Does Return of the Jedi return? Yes, it does. Alright, I guess we're just going to make the rest of this episode talk ponies. Okay. Give me a specific pony related thing and I will. Why does Empire Strikes Back? Is he Dahmer? Yes. Anyway, you, Spider. I don't know. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna shit this up out my asshole. Oh, actually, merch. Okay, I guess we can go there. Yeah, I guess we can go. Actually, this does bring up My Little Pony merch. Okay, I guess we're gonna do that for the next couple minutes, so let's take the Pepsi bottle away off the set. And let's replace it with what I always put here when we talk ponies. Okay, what does this say? I'ma see if the thrift shop has any Build-A-Bear ponies left. Nice. Hope they do. Anyway, okay. This actually does, fingers crossed. Yep, fingers crossed. Alright. I guess... Okay. I momentarily went into shutdown mode. Anyway. This does bring up something. The request to talk My Little Pony merch does bring up something I do want to talk about. So, my birthday is coming up. And of course, I've been thinking about stuff that I want for my birthday. Because I don't actually, I mean, I have money, but do you think I have a lot of money at any given time to treat myself? No. I still mooch off my parents most of the time. Anyway. But my birthday is coming up this month. And I've been thinking about just stuff that I want. I've had to stop myself from asking for anything My Little Pony related. You're Alan Harper from 2&A. Okay then. Anyway, I've had to stop myself from asking for anything My Little Pony related, even though my mom knows he's a moocher. Ah, thank you for the context. And a cheapskate. Thank you for the context. Anyway, I've had to stop myself from asking for anything pony related for my birthday, even though my mom knows I like the franchise and is okay with it. I've still had to stop myself. Even though there are things I would like to have, I've still just had to stop myself. I'm like, I should ask for this. Oh no, I shouldn't. Like, he always forgets to bring his wallet, much to Charlie's dismay. Again, thank you for the context. I have not seen the show. Anyway, but yeah, I guess if you wanted to hear me talk My Little Pony merch in that sense, forget in quotation marks, yeah. Although there is quite a bit of merch I would like to get someday. Again, my sister has the Build-A-Bear Twilight Sparkle that I'm so tempted to steal. But alas, I don't really have anywhere to hide it when my dad comes into the room. Build-A-Bear may derpy, apparently. Okay, well first, we're going to look at the funny image just because it's midnight, and we always do that at midnight. Alright, tonight's funny image is the gamer toilet. The gamer toilet. Anyway, I seen 2 Build-A-Bear Twilights as you seen in the photo last week. Yes. Anyway. Mom, bathroom. Shut up. Where did you get that information about me in the morning? Shut. Anyway. Best part was that South Park. Okay, the fact I did not realize that was a South Park reference is even better. Make love, not Warcraft. I swear I've seen South Park. I swear on my life. Anyway, but where I was going with that, but South Park is gay. Yep. Anyway, but I've wanted to ask about anything that was a funny episode. Yes, it was. Anyway, I've wanted to ask about My Little Pony merch for my birthday to my mom, but I've had to stop myself. I know there was an episode. I know that. But yeah. But there is a lot of merch, just tell her. Yeah, here's the thing though. Both of my parents are typically home on my birthday. So imagine having to explain myself to my dad and my brother and my... Who cares about what your dad says? You're an adult. You have a point, but I'm also a pussy. I'm not refusing to take your advice. It's very much valid. I'm just a pussy. I just realized I was very much possessed by Scott the Woz when I said I'm just a pussy. Like, oh my god, that was some Scott the Woz energy. That was some Scott the Woz at the store checkout. I'm feeling pretty underage today energy. Like, oh god almighty. One day you might stand up though. But be careful if you do. Noted. Oh, yeah, Spider, this goes to you too. If you stand up against your stepmom, great, but be careful. Just, if you're still listening. I love how the phone glare just makes me look even more like a fucking stoner. I stand up against everyone quite often. Yeah. I don't take shit from anyone. Oh, he's getting serious now. He's whipping out the censored swearing. I stood up to my uncle last... Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. You deserve a pat on the head. Anyway, I stood up to my uncle last year and he screamed and gaslit me and told me I'm dead to him, yet he still asks nay favors for some reason. The keyboard did you dirty there. ask nay favors for some. I'm not trying to sound like an ass, just I'm reading what it says. It says he'll still ask nay favors for poor. I'm reading exactly what it says right here. I'm not trying to be an ass, Sylv. I'm just reading what the chat says. Don't, okay? I wasn't being rude. I was just pointing out the spelling mistake. But I wasn't being rude. I was just pointing out, like, humorous observation, but I wasn't being rude about it. Well, you left out who, but I told don't ever talk to me like that when he okay, so Dad. I told my dad, don't ever talk to me like that when he yeah. I told my dad don't ever talk to me like that when he talked down like I was a child. Something I bet if you did with that with your dad, you'd be murdered. All three of us would be murdered. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess on the topic of My Little Pony merchandise, because I kind of forgot. It's after 3. Let me rephrase it. So I wasn't acting like an ass. I wasn't. I stood up to my uncle last year and he screamed and gaslit me and told me I'm dead to him, yet he still asks me for favors for some. You kind of were, you laughed. Okay, yeah, but I wasn't laughing like haha, your uncle should have done that. I was laughing like, oh, that's a funny spelling mistake, but I wasn't. Hey, both of you watching this show right now, I'm stupid. That's the point. God. I need to learn to stop opening my mouth. In fact, I really should learn to just let both of you do the talking. Just taking a minute to catch my breath before I continue on with what I was originally talking about. Just taking a brief moment. It's kind of a serious thing for me. I misspelled, but you kind of pointed that out over. I was gonna address the issue. That distracted me. I get distracted. You know how the show goes. I don't like mentioning spelling mistakes because it makes people think you're making fun of them. I fill in the blanks. Okay, yeah, fair. Just, yeah. Yeah, just, yeah, great point. Anyway, let's get back on. Like if it's I like if it's I Ike Poisa. So even my brain was trying to autocorrect that, but like if it's I Ike Poisa, I know what they're saying. I don't need to mention it while reading it. I can read it. Oh my god. Do I even continue talking or do I just accept the fact that I fucked up? I did not do what I did on purpose. I wasn't trying to be a little bitch on purpose. But I feel like I should just cut the episode off here. Yeah, okay. In response to Spider. Okay. In response to Spider, we accept apology. Just don't do it next time because it's a little rude. Okay. It wasn't on purpose, but yes, you have a point. Let's get back. And then addressing Sylve, let's get back to My Little Pony. I accept too. Again, it wasn't on purpose, but let's get back to this. Okay. I guess on the topic of My Little Pony toys and merch, something that I have noticed, I mean, granted, you could say this about any long-running children's media franchise, any of them at all, but, excuse me, something I have noticed, specifically in the case of My Little Pony, is you look at G4, Friendship is Magic. Is for boys. Yes, anyway. You look at G4, Friendship is Magic, and you couldn't go anywhere without Hot Wheels are for girls. And the kitchen is for women. Anyway. Okay. But you look at G4, Friendship is Magic. Transformers are for trans people. Anyway. Transgenders more than... Anyway. Okay. But you look at G4, Friendship is Magic, and it feels like toys and merch were abundant. Like, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing the show, without hearing about the show. It was just everywhere. But I mean that in a good way. They are indeed more than meets the eye. Yes, they are. But then you look at G5, whatever the current, I really don't know whatever the current series is called is, but, because G5 has had multiple series already, but you look at G5 of My Little Pony, and different story. It feels like the franchise just doesn't exist. G5 is okay from what pics I've seen. Yeah. But again, but for comparison, G4, but I'm not going to be like Chris Chan and hate on it. Perfectly respectful. I'm glad you're not gonna. Anyway. Okay, but although that does remind me of a certain controversial reimagining that I do want to talk about in the future, but we'll save that for another time. Chris Chan has a vendetta for it in the same way as Sonic Boom. All the G5 stuff I've seen is stuck in shop scan areas. Okay. Where you scan your items. In my case, please do talk about All Engines Go. Not going to do that tonight, but I'll do it some other time. Possibly after, because I know for a fact after this I'm going to have to do Return of the Jedi. That's honestly sad that it's relegated. It really is. It should be on shelves. I guess we should talk my neck of the woods and my experience. In my case, G5 merchandise kind of started to shrink, slowly but surely. When the New Generation movie was coming out on Netflix, it was pretty decently marketed. I mean, this was COVID. It shrank like me. Sometimes they are on shelves, but even then, barely. I was getting to that. Anyway, in my case, the amount of merchandise related to G5 just shrank more and more. Just shrank more and more. When the New Generation, one year I was 5'7", then I was 5'6", the next I blamed coffee. I blame fast food. Anyway, but in my case, when the New Generation movie, and sadly G4 is even worse. Yeah, G4 merchandise. What is there left other than Spike? Anyway, but G5 merchandise, in my case, where I am in the world, kind of just shrank slowly but surely. When the New Generation movie was coming out on Netflix, best I can find typically is Rainbow Dash dog toys, which I almost got. It's so sad Steve Jobs died of Ligma. Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Ligma balls, yep. Anyway, what I was trying to say. When the Next Generation movie was coming out, it was pretty decently marketed, and you could find merchandise pretty easily. It wasn't like crazy abundant, because this was still COVID, this was 2021, but you could find merch in stores, and it was on the shelves proper. Okay. And thankfully, Main Event still gives G4 plushies. That's how I got Spike. I cuddle Twilight Sparkle plush. That's cute. When I say that's cute, that's directed to both of you in regards to Spike and Twilight. What's Main Event? I guess that does not exist over in Canada. Okay, yeah, I figured. Does not exist over there. So fill the guy in. Like Dave and Buster's. Okay, so basically an arcade. Anyway, huge arcade chain. I guess they don't exist in my neck of the woods because I've never seen I've never seen. There's no Dave and Buster's. I've never seen any main events here, so. And I mean huge. Canada has a skillish. Anyway, okay, but back to what I was saying. When New Generation was coming out, you could find G5 toys and merch, mainly plushies, very easily. And they were in the toy aisles proper. They were on the shelves proper. FYE exists, but only in major cities. Think Toronto. Yeah. And yes, we still have arcades. Very rarely do I see an arcade ever over here. Anyway, but then after... Okay. And then after Make Your Mark came out on Netflix, it just feels like the amount of merch started to shrink more and more. What used to take up a decent amount of the toy aisle, I seen the Sky Dome up close. I never have because I'm not Canadian. Anyway, but what used to take up a good amount of the toy aisle then started to take up, you might know it from, that is where I know it from, is Turning Red. Another movie I guess we could talk about on the show at some point, but only after we finish this trilogy. Anyway, but what started as taking up a good amount of the toy aisle, it's been called the Rogers Center since the late 2000s, noted. Anyway, what started out taking up a decent amount of the toy aisle ended up shrinking to a small portion of it. Turning Red was special to me. Again, we'll cover it in the future. I don't know when, I'll work it in, but anyway. But what started out taking up a good amount of the toy aisle, then shrank to a small portion of it, then moved to the checkout at Walmart, and then in my neck of the woods moved to Five Below, and now I don't see anything G5 in stores. Sometimes you might see the odd Sunny plush, but that's pretty much it. Then again, most of the time, whatever store I go to is Walmart. I used to go to Target pretty frequently. Five Below's closest thing here is Dollarama. You got the plushies? Or y'all got the plushies? Well, I mean, yeah, the plushies were... I only find the figures. Yeah, the plushies and the figures used to be pretty prevalent over here. But as I said, they just shrank and shrank until eventually you don't see anything. Yeah. I have a small Rainbow Dash from when I was a teen. That's cute. That's when I really was a brony. It's never ogre. Anyway, but yeah. But yeah, that's something I have noticed. It's like G4 merch used to be everywhere, but then G5 kind of just feels non-existent. Then I turned 1. But yeah, G4 merch, Friendship is Magic merch, feels like it was everywhere. But then G5 merch but then G5 merch kind of just feels non-existent. G4 is the best. Yes, indeed, although we still respect G4 as my wife. Yes, Generation 4, G4 is the best. But we still respect G5 in this house. We have nothing against G5. It didn't piss on our crops. It didn't piss on the moon. It didn't piss on my fucking wife. For once I have a wife. but only once. I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. But yeah, there's something I have noticed in regards to Shadow is my husband. How dare you? My apologies. Namaste. Anyway. But yeah, there's something I've noticed in regards to My Little Pony merch. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, I guess kind of, not really, oh wait. Oh, that's a lot of gibberish. I guess we'll wrap up by talking about this as well. Oh wait. Why does chow mean hello and goodbye? Well, tell me this. How come though is pronounced... How come though... oh, let me try... Okay. Let me try again. How come tough... Jesus Christ. How come tough is pronounced... fuck shit. How come tough is pronounced T-O-U-G-H, but through isn't pronounced throw? Tough is tough with a skill. Tough is tough. Baked in a bake. Anyway, but... yeah. It's pronounced though. Ah, my apologies. Anyway, but... Though and though. Or tough and... tough... Anyway. Okay, but... I guess we'll wrap up this episode by talking about this. Just drunk, yep. It feels like I'm drunk whenever I do this show. Okay. I guess... Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. False, yep. I'm too lazy to do that right now. Alright. We'll wrap up the show by talking about this. Because it does bring up something I do... I'll talk this up briefly as kind of our end of the episode topic. Because it's already almost 12:30. Anyway, so not to totally go off track, but okay, not to totally go off track, but this did catch my eye. Popular Australian preschool show Bluey will be releasing on Blu-ray this November. Dream shut. Anyway, Bluey will be releasing on Blu-ray, tongue twister, this November. Blu-ray. Yes. I'm a little disappointed that they did not put that on the packaging. Anyway, but yeah, it'll be coming out on Blu-ray this November. Seasons 1 through 3. It's a 3-season set. 6-disc set. Bluey's a girl. Yes, she is. Anyway, why do I bring this up? Just like Blue from Blue's Clues. Yep. Alright. Why do I bring this up? Well, well, 2 reasons. One, I'm a girl-ish. Yep, we're all girls at the end of the day. Anyway, why I bring this up? I bring this up for 2 reasons. Number 1, boy, I said boy. Anyway, alright. I bring this up for 2 reasons. The first reason, boy, I'm boy, aren't we all? Anyway, I bring this up for 2 reasons. Reason 1, it is very rare that modern kids shows get Blu-ray. I've been cured from my girl phase. Congratulations. Come back, Shane. My name's not Shane, kid. Anyway, I bring this release up for 2 reasons. Reason 1, it's very rare nowadays that a kid's show, especially a preschool show, gets released on Blu-ray. Typically, they're only put out on DVD, and it's even more rare that we get full season sets. Oh no, I was almost finished with this book. Dies. And the other reason I bring this up, and this is just insane copium on my end, but if this release sells well, give me a drink, bartender. Okay, I guess I'll also have to talk about The Town with No Name on a future episode. Anyway, the other reason why I bring this release up, if it sells well, keyword if it sells well, it'll cause all the other... Why does the town have no name? Is he stupid? Yes. Anyway, the other reason why I bring this release up... Okay, there. Damn it. There we go. The other reason why I bring this... Also talk about the weird-ass song that play... Can I even? Like, it... You just took the words out of my mouth. It's a weird-ass song. Anyway, the other reason why I bring up... Yeah, he, Maya, he, Maya, who... Anyway, the reason why I even bring up this release at all, besides the rarity of a modern kids show getting released on Blu-ray and DVD, is if this sells well, and the other studios, you know, take advantage and start releasing their children, is the greatest game ever. Yes, it is. Now pay attention. If this sells well, and... Okay, if this sells well, and it causes all the other studios to start releasing their children's shows on Blu-ray, we might get the complete series of My Little Pony, indirectly. Let's be honest, if Angry Video Game Nerd never reviewed it, people wouldn't know. Same with Hong Kong 97. Funny story, I did not find out about The Town with No Name from Angry Video Game Nerd. I found out about that game from Brutal. I knew about Big Rigs before AVGN. Anyway, fun fact, I did not find out about The Town with No Name from AVGN. I found out about it from Brutal Moose. And if you don't know who Brutal Moose is, what is wrong with you? Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Massive copium on my end, but if this sells well, it could... I like his hungry man. Thank you for knowing who I'm talking about. I feel a standout Brutal Moose moment is when he drops the entire contents of a Lunchables on his lap, and then just gets hair all over it. And then just didn't think, like, I shouldn't eat that. Like, no, I'm just going to keep doing this. Also look up the plot about Hong Kong 97. I'll do it after the show. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it after, but... Yeah. Okay, but... Yeah, just wanted to bring that up. Okay, well... We talked The Empire Strikes Back. We talked My Little Pony toys and merchandise. We talked the... Oh. It's the year 1997, and a herd of fucking ugly Reds take over China and are working on an ultimate weapon. Okay, I guess you're just going to read the plot for me. Anyway, but let's see. No joke, this is a super fan. I believe you, because I've seen Stranger Than That. Alright, anyway. We talked My Little Pony, we talked The Empire Strikes Back. We talked My Little Pony toys and merch. You've seen the Angry Video Game Nerd video, I'm sure. No, actually, I haven't. I've seen Angry Video Game Nerd, I have not seen that specific video. Anyway, it's old. Yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd is old. My apologies if I sound from 2013, I think. I hate that that's considered old now. I hate that videos from 2013, 14, 15 are considered old now. Alright, anyway. Sorry if I sound a little out of it. I'm tired. Fell off recently. Yeah. But let's save that for another time. Alright, it is... He doesn't make his own... I don't think he's done that in a while, though. Because I know there was the plagiarism, plus Mike left. Yeah, that was a while ago. I also don't think he's made his own scripts in a while. Anyway, what I was trying to say. Okay, what I was trying to say... It is 12:31 a.m. We talked The Empire Strikes Back. We talked My Little Pony toys and merch. Let's just ignore what happened in between there. We talked The Town with No Name. Gilbert Gottfried and Macaulay Culkin have made appearances in his video. I already knew that. Anyway, but we talked Empire. We talked ponies. We kind of talked The Town with No Name, interpolated in there. We did a lot of living and dying tonight, now did we, boys and boy? So, we don't have time for much, talk about and the creator of the Toxic Avenger. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have never seen Toxic Avenger. Lloyd Kaufman. Never seen Toxic Avenger. Anyway, he was involved with stuff like the canceled Fantastic Four film. Noted. There's a guy named Fred Fox. Oh yeah, I love Fred Fox. Fred Fox. I want a Fred Fox a fox. Anyway. Again, sorry if I sound kind of out of it. I'm tired right now. Okay, but it is... Fred Fox, yep. Okay, but it is 12:32 a.m. We talked Empire, we talked ponies, we talked The Town with No Name briefly. I guess we're currently talking Angry Video Game Nerd. Unfortunately, though, I do have to wrap this up in a minute. But before I do, I guess I'll give a little content update before I go. I'm asleep. Hang on, Spider, before you go... Hang on. Wrap you up like a present. Okay, Spider, before you go, listen to me real quick. I guess I'll give a little content update. Tomorrow night, I guess we'll do... I do that every night. Yep. Alright, before we go... I just got that. I wrap up in blankets. Blanket. Cold chills. I love blankets. Who out here eat with they dog? Anyway. Alright, before we go, I guess Chill's voice. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger is somebody's foot fungus. Anyway. I guess before we go, a little content update. I guess tomorrow night we're going to be doing Return of the Jedi just to finish out the original trilogy. Do you watch Mr. Glizzy on TikTok? No, I do not. I don't have anything against him, I just don't watch him. Anyway. I'm gonna go to sleep and think about blue dragons and emo scientists. Okay, well, good night, Sleepy. If you want to catch up on the last minute or so, you can do so tomorrow, because the replay. I'm going to think about a guy from Mexico, ooh. Anyway, alright, but before we sign off for tonight, because we do need to sign off in a minute, ooh. Anyway, before we sign off for tonight, here's a brief content update. Okay, so tomorrow night, I guess we're going to do Return of the Jedi, just so we can finish off the original trilogy. Ooh, in the streets, oh, in the beats. Anyway, I guess tomorrow night we're going to do Return of the Jedi just to finish off the original trilogy. No idea if I'm going to do the prequels. I'm definitely not going to do the sequels. If I do the prequels, I'll probably save Return of the Bread-Eye. Yep. I'm probably going to save the prequels for next week, just so I'm not burnt out talking about Star Wars. You will do the sequels. Unfortunate. Well, Force Awakens is not bad. I'll gladly do Force Awakens. But anyway. But I'm probably... You will do all three. Oh god. Anyway. I'm probably going to save the I'm probably going to save the prequels, at least for next week, just so I'm not, even if it means shitting on them. Yep. Excuse me. Okay. I'm probably going to save the prequel trilogy. Once I do Return of the Jedi, I'm probably going to save the but also acknowledging things that are good. That too. Okay, for real now. I'm probably going to save the prequel trilogy for next week, after I do Jedi, just so I'm not burnt out talking about Star Wars. Because as much as I would love to cover all 6 original movies, I kind of don't want to be burnt out. The prequel trilogy is a we were bad but now we're good moment. Yes, it is. Alright. Same with Spider-Man 3. Yep. Alright, how does this... Alright, but to you, Silverific, how does this sound? I will do Return of the Jedi tomorrow night, and I will eventually do the other films, but on the condition that I need to take a little bit of a break from Star Wars after. It sounds good. Okay, so I guess tomorrow night is Return of the Jedi, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break from talking about Star Wars. I have nothing against Star Wars, but I will drink to you. Now enter the Bureau of Cats. Anyway. Again, I have nothing against talking about Star Wars on this show, but the only trade-off is if I do all 6 or 7 in one go, I'm just going to be burnt out, so I hate Star Wars. I'm glad you do, because that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God, okay. I love how this is becoming a recurring theme where I go, I'm not done. I love how this is a recurring theme where I go to do the outro and then I get interrupted. I am not trying to sound rude when I say that. God did not make me special, God hates me. Oh, that's not true. He just made you autistic. Oh my god. Did I really just say that? Yes, I did. Acoustic. There's nothing wrong with being acoustic. Except, of course, for when you accidentally make yourself look like an ass. God cursed me with aw titties. Aw titties. Damn it, now I want a shirt that says aw titties. Okay, anyway. I want a shirt that says my aw titties are up here. With the puzzle piece and everything. Insensitive, perhaps, but anyway. My eyes. Okay, we should... Let's for realsies finish this. That's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed. I'll never forget when South Park did a male version of that. Yep. Same. Eat your cereal, go to bed with Randy's big balls. Yep. Eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. I guess we'll end up covering South Park in the future. God made you special and he loves you very much. Good night.